viewers, in a high-stakes maneuver at the White House, Pakistan literally opened a box of minerals. That's correct. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief Asim Munir flashed a wooden case of rare earth elements at President Donald Trump, as you see there right on your screens right now. Their message was clear: Pakistan has the minerals America wants, and it wants investment in return. Now, the 90-minute odd meeting was more than just a handshake and photo ops. Islamabad, viewers, is actually dangling what it claims are $6 trillion worth of mineral reserves. Now, these allegedly include copper, gold, antimony, and even rare earths. They're critical to electronic vehicles, defense technology, and even semiconductors. With the global rare earths race heating up, Pakistan is trying very hard to position itself as a key player and an edge out China, which currently dominates mining in its Balochistan region. Meanwhile, Pakistan's army-backed pitch follows a $500 million deal with US Strategic Metals to set up a refinery. But that's also a major first. But what's the offer? Resources now, investor access, and strategic leverage in return. Now, Trump, known for his deal-making instinct, reportedly showed strong interest. Sharif also thanked US for a recent 19% tariff deal and invited American firms to mine, drill, and build Pakistan's untapped terrain, or alleged untapped terrain at that. But let's not ignore the risk. Most reserves, viewers, in Pakistan are in Balochistan, a region marked by separatist violence, and just last month itself, the US branded the Balochistan National Army as a foreign terror group. So is this a smart economic move or just another gamble to buy time and attention? Pakistan says it has the minerals, but will Washington play game and buy the pitch, or is it just for the photo ops? To shed more light on this, we are joined by former diplomat Mr. Ashok Sajjanhar. Thank you so much for joining us on this very important debate here, Mr. Sajjanhar. My first question to you: is the Pakistani military now directly managing economic diplomacy? As we saw there, Asim Munir actually showcasing the gems to Donald Trump, and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif was just standing at the sidelines like he was at the SEO, like we have seen him many times, and just, he was just gawping. And what does this mean for the civilian oversight?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on the show. You're very right. It's not the first time that the Pakistan army is in the saddle. They have been in the saddle. They have enjoyed all the power, although the responsibility has many a times been handled by the civilian government. So is the case this time. And of course, it is in the context of the counterterrorism operations, which you would recall, your viewers and listeners would recall some months ago, the then General of the Central Command, head of the Central Command, General Kurela, had called Pakistan a phenomenal partner as far as counterterrorism is concerned. So I think that is what has made Asim Munir the darling of the American dispensation. You would remember that he was received by Donald Trump. Even at that time, there was the Pakistan information minister. He was not allowed to come into the room. So and this time also, there has been no press engagement as such, but basically to provide a little bit of legitimacy to the civilian administration, to the civilian government. That is, Shehbaz Sharif has also accompanied, so to say, I could put it, he's accompanied Asim Munir. But I think
basically, a very, very important point there, sir. I'd like to, flesh out more on that point. You said it's some sort of a legitimacy that they are trying to get from the US. Now, does this so-called mineral diplomacy, as it's being called, also signal some sort of a permanent pivot away from China's grasp, or is it just tactical balancing? Because we know that China earlier had the exclusive mining rights for Balochistan. So is Islamabad now trying to pivot away from Beijing and towards Washington?
Excellent question. And let me give you my own perspective and interpretation. No, I think Pakistan is too heavily invested in China. And in my view, the fact that it has come to the United States and it's offering all the goodies and the riches, whether it's minerals, rare earths, metals, critical materials, or even as far as oil is concerned, I'm sure it has China's blessings, it has China's concurrence when it is reaching out to the United States. But I think this transactional deal, you use that word, and I agree with that. This transactional deal, I think, has many pitfalls because you see, so far these minerals have been offered to China, and China has a stranglehold as far as the supply of critical minerals to the United States is concerned. But even China has not been able to mine these critical minerals either in Balochistan or in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa because of the adverse security situation there. And if the Chinese, which are located just a few hundred kilometers across from the Pakistan border, they share the border with Pakistan, if they have not been able to deal with the insecurity there because of the Baloch struggle for independence there by the BLA and by the others, and also by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, then how would the United States, coming from such a long distance, be able to deal with it? I think it will be very difficult. This is a carrot that is being dangled in front of the United States. Number two, I think Pakistan has been able to handle, to manage its relations, have this between China and the United States. But very soon, the United States will also realize, because it will want total loyalty from Pakistan, which Pakistan will not be able to provide. You have seen that both China and Pakistan have spoken out against America's possession of the Bagram base. Donald Trump has been talking about taking over the Bagram base in Afghanistan so that it can keep an eye on
Absolutely, sir.
whatever is happening in China.
Absolutely. There are many variables to this, Mr. Sajjanhar. Due to paucity of time, we'll have to move on. But a very, very quick answer for you, a yes or no answer. Now, can this rare earth minerals actually change Pakistan's debt trajectory, or is just another PR move? What do you think, sir? Can it actually help Islamabad with their debt trajectory or not?
Whatever I have seen, whatever I have read, I don't think it is possible, because if it was possible, it would have been done long ago. And China has been there. China has been doing this, CPEC since 2013. So, it's more than 10 years that it has been there.
So that's your last word, Mr. Sajjanhar. If it would have been possible, Pakistan would have indeed done this a long time ago. And something I also want to add here, now all of these deals are being made at a time when there are more than 1 million who have been displaced internally in Pakistan because of the flash floods the region experienced only around a month ago. Thank you so much for joining us and taking out the time, sir.